How's it going, everyone? I want to do a life update video. It's July 2nd. If I don't see you until 4th of July, if you are in America, happy early independence. I'm going to do some, I think, filet mignon tonight on the grill. I'm not sure about the other days. Pre 4th of July. So anyway, there's a lot been going on. Anyone that's interested, it's been one heck of a week plus. I don't want to say drama, but a lot of issues. So it happened last Thursday night. I was laying in bed, about to go to sleep, gonna relax. Looking forward to the one more day of the week of work, which is the next day, which would have been Friday. So last Thursday, around 10 o'clock, I'm laying in there, and I put my baby to sleep around 7:30 to 8. Everything's all gravy. And then she wakes up, and she does it sometimes. I have a camera. She kind of stands up in the crib, and then I waited a little bit, and then I usually go in and put her down. I go in, it's pretty dark, and usually I just pick her up a little bit, make sure she didn't poo or anything, put her up, and then all of a sudden I feel like a chunk of something like on I think I had my shirt off. It was pretty hot lately, and it kind of like went like that. I immediately turned the lights on, and she was throwing up, she was vomiting. It wasn't too much, so I had to wipe it. I told my wife, and then we gave her a bath again. We changed her clothes, and I thought that was it. Fast forward another 30 minutes or so. I can't remember the exact time frame. Nonetheless, she cries again, and it's like a different type of cry. I run back in. It's around 10:30, like I said, and she's vomited again, and it's all over the sheets and the crib, and the volume is more, and she's kind of, and I don't want her to choke. That's a main concern. At that point, I'm not freaking out, but whenever it's like, obviously I work in medical, but when it's your own flesh and blood, especially your own kid, it takes the anxiety to a whole new level. So I try to remain calm, and I wiped her up again, did the same exact process, and checked her temperature, and there was no fever, and thought I was good. I was like, okay, I'll just keep a close eye on it. Put her back to, asked her if she was okay. She seemed okay, and then put her back to sleep. So I was like, okay. And then the time I don't remember, and then she woke up again. At that point, I said, we'll probably have to just take her to the emergency room, despite not having a fever, because I wanted to get at least a baseline as to what is happening, so that if this happens in the future, I will take the necessary steps. So we ended up going to the emergency room, and we waited there for a little bit. I think it was probably like 11:30 at that point. It's about 4 or 5 people in front of us, which could take a while. And she seemed fine. She seemed okay. Sorry, there's a mailman coming. She seemed okay. And for a split second, me and my wife were saying, it's been about an hour since she puked, and I think maybe we'll just go home. I don't know how long the wait's gonna be, and of course I'll wait as long as possible for our daughter, but no fever. And I did some research, and then boom, she puked again. I said, okay, we're staying put. Something's going on. She puked all over me, whatever. And I talked to the nurses in the front, and that kind of expedited the process. It was a small silver lining. And I said, hey, how long is the wait going to be? Can I get some help? She's puking everywhere. It's all over the floor. Nurses were really nice. They took her in, and they just think, and then they assessed her, and they think it's just a flu bug. And the nurse had said this has been going on, and based on my research, I think she had the norovirus, Noro virus. No fever, and then they just gave her some Zofran, which is anti-nausea medication. We actually give that to our patients sometimes. And then you wait a little bit, and then you give her a little bit of food, like a little bit of juice, and see if she throws up. If she doesn't throw up, and she holds the fluids down, then it's good. So by that time, it was past 1 o'clock in the morning. I had to work the next day, and my daughter, we took her out. We took her back home. Luckily, we live pretty close to the hospital. By that time, I was like, she didn't go to bed till like 1:30, and then having that anxiety, I was worried that she's gonna puke again, but she didn't. She was fine, and keep my fingers crossed, and she was all good. I didn't go to bed till like after 2, and then I had to I woke up around 5:30, just close to 6, and then I went to work. So I was actually pretty alert. And then later on, I caught up and what am I saying? I went to work, sorry, and I powered through it, and I was fine. Oh, I was gonna say, usually the fatigue settles in later on, and I don't drink coffee. So that was quite an adventure. I've had a couple instances in the past, if you follow my channel and my life update videos. So it's a little bit scary. It's very concerning when you see your own daughter or son or anyone that you love dearly happen. But that's just part of the battle, the story. So after that, she was okay. Then all the other stuff, I mean, that's the main thing. And then after that, it caught on to my wife, and then she got sick. And then I started feeling a little funky. I have a hard time explaining it. Just my head felt off, my equilibrium was a little bit off, and my stomach was feeling a little bit queasy. So I think I haven't puked since, and I feel much better. And I think with me, I think my immune system, it's just like a seesaw. Um, it's a tug of war, and my body's just fighting it back and forth. But I did get some really bad heartburn one day, and I think that's just, I wasn't sure if it was the virus or the norovirus, or if it's a combination of being stressed. And then this morning, whenever I think about certain things, the anxiety, it's just, I think it's more stress related, which I need to be careful, because my mom has a history of having a lot of stress, and she had a lot of stomach problems in the past. So I need to really be careful. So I try to relax a little bit. Outside of that, just some extra things on top that cause a little bit of stress, these little bit triggers. And that's just, if you follow my last, I think, update video, we were planning on getting a standby generator installed in our home for electricity, because PG&E can't get their act together. Electricity's been going out. Well, so far it's been good, but like last July went out 6 times, so pay a lot for that. They came out, they did a pretty good job. And then, make a long story short, it's a little bit long, 7 minutes in, I tell the guy, okay, blah, 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 what do I do with the switch if I need to turn on the AC? And the guy looks at me, and the electrician says, oh, you're not going to be able to run the AC or heater with this generator. I said, excuse me? I said, the first guy, which is another electrician that came to do the assessment, I told him specifically that was my main priority because of my daughter. Because upstairs that one day, I'll tell you in a second, it was like 80 plus degrees, 87 degrees. Now I know a lot of people, live in apartments and they have to deal with this, but that's one of the main reasons why I'm getting this generator, because it's too hot. And with a kid, you just worry. And he said, okay, let me talk to my boss. And I don't want to talk too much about electrical stuff, but it was an oversight that, thank goodness, the owner has been I've been communicating with him, and he's been understanding, and without extra charge, they came back and had to do another job, because they had to put the main electrical panel separately from the main panel into the garage, do, blah, 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 run the wire. And then that's supposed to happen. Then when they came back for the final job, there was a breaker that needed compatibility and wasn't compatible. Another problem. So I come to find out that that's still on the back order. So they had to put a temporary breaker. But before they put the temporary breaker, the guy actually cut the main panel to the AC, which I didn't know. So the other night, I didn't know until later on, to turn the AC on, it wasn't working. I called the guy and I said, hey, we're waiting for the new breaker part, but it's not here yet, so it's not acceptable. You're gonna have to put at least a temporary breaker in, because I need the AC. It's too hot. So they understood. They came back again. It's just one thing after another. And on top of that, I do some swing trading through different trading platforms. and I couldn't remember the password, so I thought I was gonna get locked out. I couldn't get my money. On top of that, my wife was telling me that the gardener on the other side was like throwing all the debris on our side of the property. I've talked to that guy before. He kind of has a little bit of an attitude problem, dealing with that. And I'm filming with a new phone. After that, then the next following day, um, and I just did it. My phone died. It kept dying. Then I had to buy a new phone. It's just one thing after another. These are first world problems, I understand, but I will admit, maybe I'll just have save it for a separate video, but just get some stress and just anxiety over these things. It's just one thing after another. I'm probably missing a few things, but this video's already 10 minutes, so I'm gonna stop it right there. Anyways, I'm gonna try to relax a little bit. I feel a little bit better. Oh, my mother-in-law, she usually takes care of Bree. On Fridays, and it's Friday today, and she had to sit it out too because she started puking too. So it's been one heck of a past 8 days. But the main thing is my daughter is healthy. My wife's been very busy at work. Luckily, work-wise has been very calming right now. If work was very busy on top of it, I think my stress levels would be even higher, but I do need to, I'll probably save for another video. I do need to watch my stress levels because my stomach was like hurting really bad that one day, and I think it's just from anxiety and just stress. I just like to get things done. I hate it. It's one of my imperfections. I like to get things done. I get a little impatient. It's like, get it done, get it done, get it done. It's not when it doesn't, something doesn't get done, it doesn't reach my expectations. But I'm the customer, I don't feel like I was being very polite. I felt like I was very reasonable, and the owner was reasonable, but certain expectations were just not met, and I'm paying a good amount of money for that generator. So that's my time. Oh, 12 minutes in. If you made it this far, you're a hero. And if you did make it this far, I highly doubt anybody would. Just write in the comment section, pickle. I just, I just, I'm just kind of curious. You're the real hero if you made it that far. That's my time, and have a good 4th of July. And if you don't celebrate it, have a good weekend.